Welcome back. You're still with us on Startup Street. Climate-focused deep tech startup Ecozen has raised $30 million in a mix of equity and debt from Nuveen Global Fund and other existing equity investors. The firm also got new debt support from InCred Credit Fund and International Development Finance Corporation. In January last year, the Pune-based startup secured $25 million and has raised a total of $70 million across debt and equity to date. Joining us now to discuss this further is Vivek Pandey, the co-founder and CTO of Ecozen. Vivek, thank you so much for taking your time out and being here on Startup Street. You know, you've raised $30 million. How much was equity and how much debt? And how do you plan to spend these funds?
All right. Thank you for having me. Pleasure to be here. In 30 million, about 10 million is equity and the rest is working capital and long-term debts. Yes.
All right. And how do you plan to spend the funds? What's on top of the agenda?
So essentially, we have been a startup for the past over 10 years now. And, unlike many other startups, we have now achieved profitability already. However, we still want to grow fast. And that's where the use of funds come into picture. Essentially, it's to expand our current base in India, right, and go global and go beyond agri-tech. So primarily, we have been focusing on agri-tech for the past 10 years or so, and we have already started to expand into other categories with our existing core technology of motor controls, energy storage, AI and analytics. So that's where we plan to grow our revenues by about 100% this year again, right, and that's where also some part of the investment will go.
All right, so lots of plans there. Why don't you talk to us about your two key products, which are Ecotron and EcoFrost? What's the kind of demand you've witnessed? And more importantly, what's the kind of impact you've created with these products?
Right. So Ecotron is our flagship motor controls product. It is a controller and a motor, a fairly advanced motor. It's called a PMSM motor that we make. The two combined help irrigate farmers' lands. And we have about 200,000 of these devices across the country at this point of time. EcoFrost is our cooling product, where there is a set of products which are small-scale, solar-powered, battery-less cooling systems, which are used for storage of fruits, vegetables, and flowers by farmers and businesses alike. Businesses like modern retail and all these new startups. They are the ones who are using that. If we're talking about in terms of impact, about 200,000 farmers at this point of time are directly impacted. We have probably saved around 50,000 metric tons of fruits and vegetables losses through our EcoFrost product as well.
Right. Yeah. So lots of positive impact there. But, like you mentioned, you want to go beyond agri-tech, right? You want to use your new tech and leverage your tech and use it in new segments that are undergoing a transition to cleaner energy. So which are these new segments you're eyeing? What are the new products on the anvil?
Essentially, our theme has been decarbonization across the globe. And there are some key sectors that we have already tried decarbonizing with our current set of product lines. However, in the process, we have developed a large amount of expertise on certain technologies. You wouldn't find most of the companies in India doing that. So we have very, very core expertise built on motors and controls, something called a thermal energy storage system, which powers our cooling product, and leveraging IoT and analytics to further decarbonize, right? And taking this, we want to go to other key sectors like mobility, rural motor segments. So the rural part of the country or outside uses several things which require movement, right? They have been using diesel engines for that. For example, milling is something that we are also targeting with our motor controls. We are looking at, expanding our cooling product from being small-scale cold storage system for fruits and vegetables to getting into negative temperature segments as well. So this is where our core focus is going to be. As you might know, electric vehicles have been expanding significantly. However, what we are trying to do is come up with innovations which can solve some key problems like removing magnets from motors altogether and still make them as efficient as possible. Further decarbonizing the environment, because they also pose a large impact on carbonization. Similarly, in leveraging energy storage, we want to cool larger spaces, and how we can leverage our current technology to cool most of the cooling demands is something that we're trying to focus on.
Sure. And, speaking about the fact that you said, you're already profitable. So you've grown about 5x over the last 2 years, and you've seen your profits growing 3 times as well. So take us through your current revenues and what kind of profits are you clocking, and where do you aim to close this year? So in 30 seconds.
Yeah, all right. So we should be close to about 500 crores top line is what we did this year. We plan to reach cross 900 crore to 1,000 crore mark next year. So profitability should automatically increase. We are already profitable. We are investing some money for sure in research and development and strengthening our infrastructure on the ground. So that's where a large part of our profits will also get reinvested into. The future plans definitely are going public in the next 3 to 4 years, and of course we have not committed to that yet, but preparations for that should start soon.
Right. So preparing to go public in the next 3 to 4 years. All right, Vivek, thank you so much for joining us on Startup Street today.
Thank you so much.
All right. With that, it's a wrap